Okay, what we have here is some steel tubing, 5/16, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a double flare on here. A lot of people know how to do double flare, and I'm not here to actually show you how to do it. I'm showing you how to improve the way you do it. After we've once cut it, first thing we need to do is we need to deburr the inside because it'll leave a little ridge inside here. So we deburr that, get that taken care of. And then, in order to make this tubing so it'll roll easier, the way this works is this button allows this tube right here, as we compress it, to actually roll in. And as it rolls in, then it actually is able to reestablish the thickness here. If we just put a flare on here without rolling it over, then the metal would become very thin, become at least half the thickness of what it is here. So by actually rolling it, we build that strength back up, and when we're under high pressure, such as a brake line, then that's what we need to have, is we need to have that extra strength here so we don't blow a flare and cause an accident or a problem. If we take a fine-tooth file, and we just take this edge right here and just kind of knock that little burr off the edge, it'll help us to allow that to roll. Okay, once we've got that taken care of, then we go ahead and we put it in our little vise right here. And there's different sizes. There's 3/8, 5/16, 3/16, quarter, and half. And so this is 5/16, so we're going to put it inside. And the way that we determine how much tubing to put in here is that all these buttons have a thickness right here. It's the thickness of the button that we want to match. So we will install this so that the thickness of that button is like that. So after we get the thickness, then we'll go ahead and we will lock this down. And if you over tighten these, then what's going to happen is you're going to wind up breaking the ears off of here. I use a screwdriver. You're actually supposed to use this part of it right here to tighten it up. And if this starts to bend, then you know that you're too tight. But I watch this area right here, and I bring this up until it just gets snug. So you can do it either way. So we put this in, snug it up. Now, here's where we're going to make a little change. We're going to take a little wheel bearing grease, and we're going to put some wheel bearing grease right down here on the bottom where it's going to roll, and right here at the top. And over the years, I found out that if you don't do this, the buttons wear out, and also the flare right here, the cone on this little compression device here, will actually wear out, and then you wind up getting a very irregular or an erratic flare. So we go ahead and we put that in. Go ahead and tighten this down. And what we want to do at this point, as we tighten it, is we want to tighten it so that this part winds up right against here. And you'll actually stop too. So, and we don't want to put any extra leverage on here. We don't want to put a big pipe or anything, because you can actually do this with your hand. It's actually designed to do that. That's why we have a grip here. But it's easier just to put it in here and do it this way. It holds it a lot firmer. It's a lot easier on your hands and your wrist. And you can actually feel, and you notice that that button came down to the top. We bring it down until it just gets snug. We back it off. Take it off. Pull the button out. You'll notice that this area right here is bigger. It's flared out more. Then we go ahead and after we remove the button, we go ahead and we put the little vise or the little clamping apparatus here. And now you got to be careful when you put this down, because you can go too far. So what you want to do is just put this in until you get just a nice little even pressure. Practice will tell you what you got to do here. And if you pull this off and look at it, you'll find out that you only want to have about a 1/16 to 3/32 of an inch flare right here. If you go any further than that, then you bend it back too far, you make this weak, and then you've defeated your purpose. So after we get that taken care of, we go ahead and we loosen this up. Take it out, and there's our flare right there. You can see the flare right in here. The thing you want to make sure you do is, this one's easy to do this way, because I can just put it on. But But if you're on a solid piece and you're doing this, you got to make sure you put this on first. Otherwise you get a lot more practice when you put this together. So you put this on, you've got a good flare here and you got a good seal. And then as you tighten this up, it will seal and form against the other surface, the mating surface where it goes. The wheel bearing grease acts as a good lubricant. It keeps the tool in good shape. It lasts a lot longer. And one of the secrets to doing a good flare is to buy a good quality tool. Don't buy a $9 brake flaring, double flaring tool set. Buy one that costs you $50, $60, $70. Something that's going to last and something that has a good quality name. Something that's made in the USA is always good. And you'll get a lot better results out of here and have a lot less frustrations and a lot less leaks.